I'm fucking broken. I'm a broken down old man today. I feel exhausted. I did not sleep. Well, let's just say I didn't have any meaningful sleep last night. It was a rough night. My legs, and I was well aware this was going to happen, but I wanted to do it anyways. But that one set of weighted lunges, just like I said it was going to, fucked my legs up. My chest is still sore. There's a lot going on right now. All right. But because all of that, I'm going to switch what I normally would do on a Thursday, which is a chest day with a lot of upper chest specific stuff. But I'm gonna switch it around today. I feel like my body needs it. I feel like, um, you know, with what I'm gonna do today, it's gonna give me an extra rest day tomorrow. Which is this is normally the week where I like to get 6 days of training in and only one rest day on Saturday. Tomorrow I'd come in and hit shoulders and triceps. But in saying that, today here's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna do my normal 5 sets of incline bench. Now, I've been doing dumbbells, but also I think another thing that might help me with how exhausted and sore and just worn out I feel today is taking a break from the dumbbells, just like I did on Monday's chest day with the flat bench. Taking a break for this week, come over here to the machine where it's more stable, maybe be a little easier on my body, just my nervous system in general, and I can focus on just squeezing my chest. But anyways, do like 5 sets here, like always, three kind of heavy, two a little bit lighter, and then after that, that might be the only chest I do today. After that, I'm gonna hit some shoulders, which again would normally be tomorrow's workout. It's all gonna be side delts. I'll probably only do one exercise, um, maybe like 4 sets, but make them really intense, you know. And then after that, do about 4 sets of triceps. So this is gonna be a push day, if you want to call it that. Even though I'm not, I mean, the only pushing I'm doing is right here. Um, I just, I feel like I need it. And luckily, shoulders and triceps are two of the three muscles that I don't need as much work or focus on. I mean, triceps are good, biceps are good. Shoulders have gotten to that point. They're starting to get to the same level of my arms in terms of they're outpacing other parts in my body. So, I don't really need as much focus on them, which is one reason why I have been doing shoulders and triceps only every other week. But man, I need a day, or an extra day. So, since I'm doing all that today, tomorrow I'll come in and I'm just gonna do some cardio, a little bit of core, and that's gonna be it. There's gonna be no weightlifting tomorrow, and then obviously Saturday is always my rest day. So I'm hoping that'll kind of get me back on track. It's not even maybe it was me, being sick last week, and I'm still trying to recover from that because I talked to some guys at work. We all got it. We passed it around to each other. And they were saying the same thing. It's like they haven't fully gotten over it. And I'm feeling the same way. Not that I felt bad, but it's like my recovery hasn't been as good. I haven't been sleeping as good, which I guess that could be a lot of different things. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to combine all that today. Gonna do some chest, some shoulders, some triceps. I might even finish with like some body weight push-ups after I do all the weightlifting over here. Um, but I think my body is kind of it needs one of those days. Not today, but tomorrow, a day where I can get, technically it's an extra rest day. Really, I'll be doing cardio and a little bit of core, but it's nothing that's gonna you know wear me out. Um, so yeah, that's the plan. I got three. Oh my god, it's been so long since I've done incline Smith, and even when I was doing it regularly, I would never remember the weight here. I think it's 315, 315 or 320, something like that. It's been a while, so let me do the first one and kind of get a gauge of what I can do here. I'm thinking at least 10 though. Okay. I kind of had a very similar set as I did Monday when I did Smith machine for the first time in a month or two. And it felt, well, let me say this, it felt, the weight was moving good, but it didn't necessarily feel as light as I maybe would expect. I mean, I did 11 reps, so it's pretty lightweight for me. But I was expecting, I'm not expecting, but usually it'd feel a little lighter than that. I guess I could say it like that. Um, but I wasn't necessarily expecting it to feel light with how I feel. So I honestly don't know what I'm trying to say at all. I guess I guess it was pretty good. Um, I did 11 reps. Uh, it wasn't overwhelming, so I got to be careful today though. I think that might have looked a little easier than what it felt. I guess I could say like that. Like I said, the weight was moving good, and it kind of actually surprised me a little that I did 11. I think it's more or less the fact that I'm still sore in my chest and just my body feels kind of run down today, which I think the main culprit of that is the fact that I didn't sleep very good last night. Sleep is such a big part of growing and improving. If you don't get good sleep, I mean, it's almost impossible. It probably is impossible, at least to get to where I want to get. Can you get in pretty good shape still? Yeah, but that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to still get better after 14 years, Um, so maybe that's what I'm trying to say. It 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 didn't feel heavy. The weight moved good, but it just didn't feel good. You know, my chest is still sore. Um, yeah, and I just feel run down today. So I got to be careful. Even though it's moving good, I don't want to get too carried away because I know I can feel my body just it's struggling today. And I felt it all day at work. So let's do two more with this weight, and then I'll probably go down. I don't know what I'll go down to. Let me just do these next two fucking sets, and then I'll figure it out. I'm not even gonna try to get too far ahead of myself today. Um, so yeah, two more, and then after that, all bets are off. I don't know yet. Have any of you guys ever felt so sleep deprived that your eyes burn? Like my eyes feel heavy and they burn. It's funny because I'm not an 18-year-old kid anymore, but I used to be able to do this shit all the time. You know, go off 3, 4 hours of sleep, go to work at the gym, not a problem. Well, I'm not old, but like I said, I'm definitely not 18 anymore. I fucking feel this shit. I fucking feel it. I think I'm about 5 years removed or 5 years away from needing a fucking walking cane, especially after leg day. I might need it for a couple days. Shit. Oh man. But I'm not gonna be negative here. I don't think I'm being negative. I'm just being honest. Um, it's a rough day, man. This is a rough one. If you think it's gonna be smooth sailing and fucking you're gonna be pumped up and motivated and always what's the word enthusiastic, it's just not the case. I mean, maybe in the beginning stages, in the beginning years, but you stick to this long enough. Like I still enjoy it definitely, even right now, being tired, sore, exhausted. I still enjoy this. Like that first set felt really good. It was fun, but you know, it's just not always gonna be what's the word? Not always just gonna be like a super enthusiastic about going. You know, um, that's not really how I want to say it, but I can't find the right way to say what I'm trying to express here. But it's just not always gonna be fucking like you're gonna feel like going. Just basically, that's the most simplest simplistic way to say it. But um, I definitely did not feel like going today. But do I still enjoy it in a weird way? Even feeling super drained like this, I do. So, um, but anyways, I'm gonna go for I don't know 75 reps. All right, only 65 reps off there. I was shooting for 75, and I got 10. You know, just off a little bit. Not a big deal. I mean, the weight is moving better than I anticipated. It really is. And that set did feel better too. Now, obviously, because my blood is starting to really start to flow and kind of loosen me up. But again, I gotta make sure I don't get carried away. Just because it feels good now in the moment, I know how I felt walking in here, so I gotta kind of hold myself back a little bit. That's why I'm only doing 5 sets, so my chest is still fucking blasted from Monday. So one more with this weight, and then I think I'm close enough. Then that, like I said, this weight's moving good enough that I think 2 plates, and then I'll put a 25 on, take the other 45 and 10 off, do 2 sets with that, try to get 12 to 15, and I think that'll be good. All right, can I get 10 again? I don't know. It's gonna be tough, but that's what I'm shooting for. Try to get 10, and if not, as many as I can get. All right, I won't say that was easy, but I moved a little better than I thought. I did 10. All right, cool. Cool, cool. Let's go down to what I said 245s and a 25. I just feel like, I don't know, man. I'm having brain fog. I am just, well, I mean, surprisingly, even saying that, this is actually, I'm getting a good pump already, but it's hard right now for me to even formulate my sentences and my thoughts and express them with words. I'm struggling. Sleep, being sleep deprived. Oh man. And again, like I said, the older you get, the more it affects you. I'm not old, like I said, but or I feel like if I have to keep saying that, maybe I am starting to get old. But anyways, um, it's not like I'm 40 or 50 or anything, not even close. But yeah, this is interesting to say the least. But let's lighten the weight and keep it going. Okay. I mean, this is practically all the chest I'm doing today. Like I said, I might throw in a little bit, a little bit at the end here. So let's do drop set. Like I said, I'm doing shoulders next, then triceps. If this is, like I said, pretty much all the chest I'm doing, I want to finish strong. And I'll probably do the same thing on shoulders and on triceps as long as I can. Try to finish with a superset or two even. But um, I don't know how much I want to go down. Not the smoothest dismount there, but I mean that was a little on the heavy side for a drop set. But again, this is all the chest I'm pretty much doing. Any chest that I do after this is going to be, way down the line in the workout, and it's not going to be anything heavy. So I was actually, I thought about it for a brief second, if you couldn't tell, when I went to take the weight off, and I was more or less okay with it being a little on the heavy side. All right, man, let's do some shoulders. Chest, check, right next, or check mark right in the box next to annihilated. My chest is annihilated. And honestly, it was close to that before I even started. But anyways, let's do shoulders. Well, I was honestly before I actually got done with the last set of chest, I kind of had it predetermined in my head that I was gonna do seated dumbbell shoulder flies for shoulders today. But one, I've been doing seated dumbbell shoulder flies a lot on every shoulder day that I do because it's really good. I like it, but two, I'm kind of having an off day in terms of, I mean, that weight moved pretty good actually, but in terms of just how I feel kind of worn down again. I swear it's the last time I'm going to say it. Um, so why not, take advantage of the opportunity? One, because cables are very popular here. They're usually taken. They're not at the moment. So since I kind of feel worn down, and I've been doing a lot of seated dumbbell shoulder flies when I do cable flies today, it's a little easier. Um, well, it's a little easier, but basically that's like the main reason here at this point. So I might have to increase the weight, but again, I plan on doing 4 sets. So I'll do one. If it's a little light, I'll go up and keep going up if I need to, or down. And then on the fourth one, um, I'll throw in a drop set. I'd like to throw in two, but I guess I didn't think about this part. It kind of be hard to do 2 drop sets here, mainly because I can't drop enough weight. Um, yeah, I'll try to figure something out. All right, for shoulders, I like to think 9 times out of 10, anything under 10 reps for a shoulder fly is a little excessive in terms of the amount of weight you're using. But the contrast is, you know, yes, I think shoulder flies they work better on higher reps, but there is such thing like any exercise, in my opinion. There is such thing as too high, and I think I didn't count, but I know I was well over 10, probably around 20 or more. So just like I said, it's not much, but for shoulders, you don't need to add much to make a difference. I'll add one on each side. That's too light. I'll keep adding it, like I said, until hopefully I reach um, a good working weight before I do all 4 sets. I think I will. It might be this right now actually, but 3 more. All right, let's go up again. All right. Let me do a little rest pause, and then after that, I'll do a drop set. All right, shoulders. Oh man, they are torched. Before I did that set, I was thinking, man, just 4 sets of shoulders. Like after three, I'm not. I mean, I was feeling a little bit, but nothing crazy. And I was kind of thinking, do I want to do more? Well, after that set and the rest pause and the drop set, no, that's good. That is good. All right, let's do some triceps now. All right, we got your basic tricep pushdowns. I'm not gonna get too wild here. I'm already 9 sets in with a couple drop sets and so on. So 4 sets. I am gonna try to split it up. I'm gonna do two with the V bar, and then I'm gonna switch that out after two. This is the one that I'm gonna go pretty heavy on. Really, focus a little more on the weight. If that's still not the main focus, but just go a little heavier. Try to get a little more of the building some size with those two. And then I'm gonna switch this out with a straight bar, which is obviously gonna bring me more to a overhand grip, if you want to call it that. And I'll go not a lot, but just a little lighter on the next two after that, and finish a little bit of higher reps, a little more squeeze on my tricep. Try to finish with a good pump. And then there's an outside chance here that I might do a little bit more chest after this. But again, if I do, it's not gonna be anything heavy. It's gonna be just some kind of fly or push up or something. But anyways, let's focus on these 4 sets. Two kind of heavy, two Still a little heavy after that, but on the lighter side with a different attachment here. And who knows, I might even add a little weight after this first one. Since I'm only doing two, you know what? I'm actually kind of talking myself into just, fuck it. I'm gonna grab another five, try to squeeze it in here, and then we're gonna do the first two. Screw it. I'm throwing another five on. All right, you know what? I'm gonna do one more set heavy with this weight. So I'm gonna do five sets instead of four. So I'll do one more with this weight, which will give us three heavy sets. And then I'll switch this, and then still do those two with a different grip and just a smidge lighter. I'll put some five sets of triceps, and we'll see how I feel after that. Fuck. All right, let's do the other two. All right, that last set that you saw was the third and final set of those modified um, tech decks that I do to hit the lower chest a little more. I didn't quite stick my ass out as far on the bench because I still wanted to hit some mid pec just because I didn't or I haven't done a lot of chest today, at least the normal amount that I do. Um, and I also didn't feel like recording all three, but trust me, there's three sets with a drop set. I just couldn't help myself, man. I wanted to finish with with some chest, um, so I did. But overall, definitely something that I'm not used to on on Thursdays. Um, but I liked it just for today. It's definitely not a permanent change, but just for today, and I think it's kind of what I needed. So that way tomorrow, I am. Did I say it yet or not? I am still coming in tomorrow. I'm gonna do 20, 30 minutes on the bike, along with some my regular ab routine. So, but yeah. Anyways, let's check this pump out. Honestly, I don't feel as pumped. Um, at least to like my best pumps. Probably somewhere in the middle. But anyways, we'll still check it out. Obviously, right? All right. Other than some minor back pain while I was trying to pose there, it was a little uncomfortable. Um, I mean, I definitely don't think that was my best pump, but um, it's the first time that I've not the first time, but it's one of the few times that I've done chest, shoulders, and triceps together. And I more or less think the pump was kind of just spread out. That's why, maybe I'm weird, but I just like hitting chest by itself. One, it's my best pump almost every time. Um, but chest has been not so much anymore. It's gotten way better, but I still need some improvements. But chest was a problem area for me. So when I get that chest pump, it kind of filled it out more and gave me a better look. Um, so maybe that's kind of just still in my head, and I think that I need to. I think that chest pump is still always going to be the best. When in reality, it's starting to. It's still my favorite, but my chest is starting to make so much improvements that it's like, and then you kind of get that mindset, out of my head that that I need the chest pump for the best posing and the best look. I mean, a pump in general is going to give you a better look, you know what I mean? But I think I was almost leaning on a chest pump too much sometimes. Um, but anyways, I'm gonna do my cardio. No video tomorrow. Like I said, it's just gonna be me, my music, the stationary bike, and then some abs. And hopefully by Sunday, I feel refreshed and we can get back to the regular routine. But yeah, I'm gonna do some cardio and then I am out of here.